How's it going, everybody? Let's get into some comments. Let's see how long it's been. Thank you for having the site to see and sharing it step by step. Patiently, their plans unfold as this Andrew Carpenter. We always appreciate Andrew. As foretold, the script, as the scriptures, go to wonder what's in that pokey poke. Maybe they target the water next, entering the human host. Remember, some of them had to be stored way cold. I thought that was extremely odd. Won't get poked. My immune system is fine enough. Yeah, don't get poked, folks. We think they might, from like the Golden Circle movie, whatever it was called. What's it called? The Golden Circle movie. Kingsman, those Kingsman series. That's nothing more but James Bond. It's nothing more than Trump. And it's just an offshoot of it. That's all. It's kind of a goofier version of it, more of a comedy type. But as far as entering the human host, yeah, that's definitely going to be a spiritual possession. They're just going to enter your body when all goats worship the image of the beast. In my opinion, let God be true and every man a liar. Take everything I tell you to prayer, but that's the way I see everything. Everything has to match the Bible. If it doesn't match the Bible, you got to throw it out. You have to throw it out. You called before the game 12 days ago. Well, I certainly got the team wrong, but it was Mahomes that rose from the ashes. And somebody did a video, I can't remember who it was, talking about hertz and ohms that they represent, sounds, music. I don't know. It's interesting. Have you ever seen the movie Constantine with Keanu Reeves? Mr. Devil Advocate himself from Gainesville. It was a twin symbolism and Lucifer's son trying to break through this plane. I have not seen it, but that sounds Constantine. Constantine, IMDb. This was a 2005 movie. Rated 7. That's anything 6.5 or above or 7 above is really strong. Got the 48 and the 86 in the URL. Yep, and the URL up there, 36, which is triangular number for 666, and then a 0, and then a 486. And we know Donald Trump in full reduction is 48. And then it's got 4086, 486. So, in other words, him being 86th, which is the deadly wound. To the right eye, Zechariah 11:17. So, yeah, it's a supernatural exorcist and demolitionist action fantasy horror. I probably won't watch it, but it's I have to almost be able to be entertained by the movies to research them. Like the Bond movies, the Daniel Craig movies are excellent movies. Quantum of Solace not so much. But the reason I've researched the mess out of them is because I can watch them over and over because they're that good. The flesh enjoys them, as they would say. You met March 4th. Yeah, I guess I made a boo-boo there. I don't know. The goat and the bullet collide March 5th. I was thinking if it's going to happen in March, it's going to be March 5th because on the third day he would rise. Full moon is March 7th, and iPad Goaty comes up from the pit through a full moon. So always look at 2 days before a full moon. But I don't know if any of that's, he could go down on the new moon of the total solar eclipse and rise to the full moon. It might not be on the third day. It just might be what they psyoped us in the Dark Knight, then the Dark Knight Rising coming out 3 days, on the third day or 2 days later, because Dark Knight came out July 18th. Dark Knight Rises came out July 20th. Now they were 4 years apart, but you see what they did there. And so Dark Knight, darkened right eye, utterly darkened on 7/18, and on 7/20, Dark Knight rises. So they're letting you know on the third day, like Jesus. Well, but maybe that was just just meaning that he's Christ, Antichrist, but he's not really going to rise on the third day. Now, again, it's a spiritual rising. The human person, Donald Trump, is not actually going to go down into a pit and then rise up out of a pit. But that pit opening is symbolic for the spirit world starting to get, well, the spirit of Antichrist is on the stage. Satan will have taken over and possessed his body and be using his human body as an avatar. And they will be waging war, killing 2 billion, that is red horse, black horse, pale horse. Rain Man, Umbrella Songs. That was really excellent video. I hope y'all got a lot out of that. Down in the description of that, I had placed all of the videos for you to watch. Didn't I? We'll come back to it in a minute. Not a psyop. They're going to bring the script to reality as we know it. They have waited a long time as we experience time. Corona and 9/11 were boots on the ground, jackboots. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, I mean, the illness and the twin Trumps were all rituals leading up to when the book is actually open from his death and subsequent rising on the third day. I would tell you that 2 days after they staged that event, the book, you'll be living in the book of Revelation in real time. He'll have received his crown. Now, again, if he goes down on the new moon of the total solar eclipse, now if he goes down 2 days before it, no, he would really have to go down on it, in my opinion, and then rise up through the full moon. Down figuratively, not literally, but figuratively speaking, down on the new moon, rise to the full moon. The new moon was always, when I used to be an astrologer, a satanic astrologer, as I was Catholic and I was an astrologer, the rule of thumb was this: things that begin at the new moon come to culmination on the full moon. And I always took it a step further past any books I'd ever read, kind of put my own stamp on it. Was like, well, if the full moon is in Scorpio, then also go back and look at the new moon in the sign of Scorpio 6 months before. And so we could take a look at that, I guess. Just for giggles. Go back to 2022. Go back to October. And there's your new moon in Scorpio. So October 25th.